So in this video, we're going to go over how to create mega menu items for your website. So make sure you're in the website editor view. If you're not, you'll want to click the little triangle and then click on editor. And then you should have your menu like this. I'm going to go ahead and click on my site option and go to menu editor. So by default, you're going to see your normal menu tree. And there's this option down here that says add mega menu item. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And I'm going to create a new one called products and click OK. And then I'm eventually going to have this replace my shop. I want to do my products mega menu, and I'm going to go ahead and save this. And it's going to create a new products mega menu option. So now I can click on that, and you'll see it just kind of gives me a basic template that we can play with. I'm going to go now and hit the actual editor so we can come in here and start setting some of the features on this menu. So once I select that mega menu item, you can come down here and see that there's a few things that we can play with under this mega menu section. One is you can change the template, and so you can see a couple of these different styles. For what I'm doing, let's go with I'm going to do thumbnails. So I'm going to select the thumbnails. You can also set the width to be full size or narrow. So if you don't want it to be full width, I typically prefer full width. So I'm going to leave it that way. And you can play with your layouts and structures however you want. And this one, you can see that we actually have it set to columns, and there's 2 columns, but I can bump it to 3 columns if I want to. And now I've got 3 columns. I might have to delete some items. Obviously that kind of, tweak things around a little bit. And I might need to let's go ahead and delete this item. And so now I've got a 3 column with some 2 big pictures. So you can play with it however you want. I've got these, this list down here. It's like, you can go through it and say, hey, I don't want this one. I don't want that one. I don't want that one. I just want a big old contact button here at the bottom. I don't want it that wide. Let's just kind of center this guy. We'll have a little contact button for that. Okay, so now you can use the same things. I can double click on it, open up and upload an image. I can come in here and do a single click and then edit my text. I can also click on remove the link or edit my link. So I can edit my link, and down here I'm going to use my editor, and I'm going to go /shop/category, and I want this to go to my desk category. Okay, I can jump over to this one, say I want to edit it, and I want this one to be shop / my top furniture category. And I can go through and set these as do the exact same thing for all of these, change my images, my sizes, my text. I can come in here and say, I want this to be a bin, and go to the bin category. And then I can come in here and play with, you can even do page anchors if you want to do a page anchor on that page. Most of the time, if you're doing an e-commerce category, you're not going to do page anchors, but you can also do an open in a new window. So if someone clicks on it, it'll open a new tab instead of direct that tab. So you can go through and kind of play with however you want that to be set up. And you can come in here and edit your text and say, I want this to be toys, and change my text around and go through and modify everything the way that you want it. Add extra space there. Oops. And go through and change everything and set it up the way you want it. So play with the different styles. Like I said, there's a bunch of different template styles you can play with. You can do like a logo or a special item. You can do this default one that has your social media on it. You could do little icons, big icons, image with some subtitles. So you got a lot of different formats you can play with. And You can go through and manipulate these as well. You can add additional items to them if you need to. Some of them are locked down to that structure so that they don't get too complicated. But I'm going to go ahead and save that now. And now if I see my menu, there's my menu. So just be careful if you scroll down, you might drop, it might kick you out. So do kind of watch that. And you can go through and play with these different styles. Let's go back to our thumbnail option and do watch that also. If you change your style, you see how my edits went away. So just be careful if you're playing with them. Try to choose the style that you want first before you start going through and tweaking them. Let's see if this will let me add a inner content block. Down here. So you can add different content to different spaces. If it won't let you drop it on, it's probably because it's not compatible with that menu style. So do kind of watch that, like your dynamic product snippets aren't going to drop in. So some things are addable, other things aren't. So just kind of watch that. But most of the time you're going to want to pick the style that you want. And then from there, you're going to have to use the settings. Like I can also change the background color. Say I want it to be, a darker color. You can go through and play with these as well and kind of set it up the way you want. Like I said, you could change columns, and I can say instead of a 2-column, maybe I want to do a 6-column and get rid of all these other ones and just do a bunch of these big pictures. So you can play with it. There's a lot of configuration options to kind of suit what styles you want and your mega menus to however you want them.